Well, hello. I'm in the shop today while we're closed doing some videos for things to put on our website, and I'm doing a video on some cool tools that we sell, and I thought I would do it live and then everybody can watch it. So these are 3 sewing room tools that I think everybody should have. They're not very expensive, and I'm going to show you why I love them. Okay, so to start off with, go to the basics first. These nice glass head pins from Hemline, which is the thing about pins that I love the most is a smooth pin that goes in and out of your fabric without having to fuss with it. So there's no snagging, there's no dragging, there's no pulling of fibers, and these glass head pins will do the job. They're nice quality nickel pins. They come in long or small sizes. They have a proper glass head, so if you bump them with the iron, they don't melt. But most of all, they will go through your fabric without dragging. The number of times I give people lessons and they struggle because they've got those, you know, those pins you buy 1,000 of in a box from department stores for like $2, and they just snag and pull on your fabric. So these glass head pins, these ones are the extra long ones. They're around about $8, $9, depending on what brand of pin you get. But a good quality glass head pin will make the world of difference, particularly if you're doing hemming. So even if you think I just sew hems every now and again, you need good pins for that, because when you pin, those glass head pins aren't going to be bothered by the iron, and they're not going to give you any trouble while you pin. That's pins done. Check. Next thing. This is called a measuring gauge, and you probably noticed one of these lying around in Nan's sewing tin. They've been around for a really long time. They're not particularly expensive, and I totally lolled the other day. I saw someone selling one with their brand on it for $9.50, I think. $3.50 for this little guy. It is just this little bit of plastic. But the cool thing about this plastic is it's so much handier than a tape measure. Oh, I meant to get a tape measure so I could show you how floppy it is in comparison. But the advantage of this versus a tape measure is when you are marking stuff, you have this lovely solid line that you can mark with. So if we flip over to our sewing gauge to this side and we want to mark up 1/4 of an inch, we simply pop that edge onto our fold, and right there, nice and easy to mark, is our 1/4 inch, 1 1/4 inch mark. But it does go down to 1/4 inch. So if you want to mark 1/4 inch, it's so easy. Just line it up. Doop, doop. Now, there's lots of other things you can do with this one. You can tuck pleats around it if you want to tuck a pleat and you want to make that pleat be, let's flip it to this side. We want our pleat to be 3/8 of an inch. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to fold this over to that 3/8 of an inch mark, and there it is. It's done. You can pin it. It's easy to go. But my favorite thing about this guy is doing your turning points. If you're doing a 1/4 inch seam for something on a sewing machine and you need to mark, get this out of the way, piff that, you need to mark that little pivot point at the corner so you get a nice neat 1/4 of an inch. If we get this little dude here, and here's our corner that we need to mark, if I pop this like so, it's 1/4 inch from here, it's 1/4 inch up, and there's my dot. So we're not having to measure from each way and try and find it. If I want to do let's say 1/2 inch, so here is, chuck that bit away, here's my 1/2 inch mark here. So I'm going to put my 1/2 inch against the fabric and in the corner and dot, and there's my pivot point for 1/2 inch. So again, $3.50. Next time you're in, grab yourself one of these and add it to your stash. It's awesome. Don't pay $9.50. The thing that makes me laugh a little bit is every now and again someone who is a drop shipper will get a whole heap of these in, and they put their fancy name on it, and they just sell them all over Facebook. But they've been around for a really, really, really long time. Awesome tool to have. So that is your measuring gauge. Now finally, sewing gauge. This is one of those things where you absolutely need one of these if you're going to do anything where you're folding and pinning, binding, hems, you know, even just marking, repetitive sewing lines. What will happen is you have this marker here and this sliding marker here. It goes up and down, and it helps you find what you want your hem to be. So we're going to fold up a 1 inch hem on our pants. So we're going to mark this little slider here at the 1, and then get our cool pants and fold it up and use this marker as a guide. So we can see here, we can slide it down, 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 up. So from here to this line. That's 1 inch. Then with my really cool glass pins, give it a pin. And we can pin that, hold this in place, slide it along, pin it again. Oops. Everyone's got that one pin on their pin dish that's the horrible pin that they picked up from somewhere. Just throw that pin away. So this is your adjustable seam guide. Now, the other thing about this adjustable seam guide that people don't know that it can do is circle work. Now, we're not talking, you know, Honda in the car park at Coles at night time circle work. We're talking being able to draw a circle. So we have this hole here and these little tiny pinholes here and here. I am going to measure down from this inch mark here 3 inches, 1, 2, 3. Put this here at the 3 inch mark. And now if I use a pin in this little hole here, like so, and get my cool sew line marker and put it in here, circle work, I've got myself a cool circle that I can cut around. So if I want to cut a circle out, fold my fabric in half, mark that on there. If I want to make it a smaller circle, we're just going to slide that up. Now, I bet you didn't know, everyone who's got one of these in their sewing basket, I bet you didn't know you can do that with them as well. Alrighty, so like I said, promised just a quick little video. I'm going to pop this on the website in a second. Thank you very much for watching. If you loved it, give us a like, share it, and remember, if you've got any questions, put them on here and I'll answer them. Alright guys, happy Monday. Bye.